after a hot and slick racetrack of Gateway for the first time ever for the JBL Cup Series. The championship fight has been flipped upside down. Joe Rutkowski got his fourth win on the season last week, and now is only 3 points behind the rookie of Alex Vitale. But we only have 7 races to go, and after this one it'll be 6 to go, and we're getting ever closer to the ultimate wild card stretch of races of Daytona, Watkins Glen, and Martinsville. Today, we are in the Lone Star state of Texas for another hot one for the Rush Truck Series 500 at Texas Motor Speedway. What's up everyone, it's your boy NS Racing 97, aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome back to Texas for the Cup Series this time. Earlier in the year, we had the Truck Series standalone event, and that one went caution free, but man was it exciting, and who knows, we could see that here again for the Cup Series standalone event here at Texas Motor Speedway. And like I said in the intro, it's another hot one, 92 degrees again, a second straight race, but on and on it is a 90 plus degree race, and that's going to play into things of how these drivers will tackle this hot and slick racetrack. I'm not alone for this one. I'm joined by, for the first time of the chase, Caleb Rose here back on booth for the Cup Series, and welcome back to the booth.
Yeah, really excited to be back up here once again, and like I said, for the first time here during the chase. And yeah, really looking forward to this one. I mean, especially after that crazy race at Gateway. Tensions are probably really high right now, as well as anticipation. And you know, Texas is usually a pretty good track here in the game, can produce some really awesome racing. And I'm sure we'll definitely probably be seeing that today, especially with all the strategy that we could see. You know, 2 pit stops and a decent amount of tire wear that will probably come into play. And like you mentioned, it's a very hot day here in Texas, and a lot of wind in the area as well, so that ought to definitely shake this up. That'll make the track a lot more slippery, and the wind definitely blowing these cars around. This will make for a very interesting race here at the Texas Motor Speedway, no doubt about that.
Oh yeah, without doubt, with all the combination that you said, the wind, the heat, the frustrations after Gateway with some people, it's going to be an interesting one here at Texas Motor Speedway. What do you think we will see though, with all the heat and the temperatures? And yeah, this is the second longest race of the chase, and it's in fact longer lap wise than the season at Atlanta. Maybe some of these drivers can carry some stuff over to Atlanta. What do you think we will see here today?
Honestly, with the little bit of a longer distance, with everything already factored in, this will probably be kind of a race of nutrition. You know, managing your car, managing your tires, just managing your stuff overall, and putting yourself in a good position when the time is right. Early on in the race, you might see some guys just chilling out, waiting for maybe the pit cycle to roll around and maybe roll some strategy, or we could see some guys going 110% early on in the going, trying to make their way up towards the front, get the track position. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of different paths you can take. It's just going to be which one is going to be the right path and the right strategy that will get you towards the front. And that's going to be exciting to watch out for. Probably see a lot of different strategies in play today, so we'll really just have to see how it all goes down.
Oh yeah, without doubt, Texas is a fun racetrack on and on, unlike in real life, but it's getting a little bit better in real life. But we are in for a treat here today. Here's the chase thing that's going to chase race number 4 on the season already for these drivers. And Alex Vitale, I mentioned him already. He is leading the championship by only 3 points for Joe Rutkowski, but Rutkowski sits 28th here today. So that's not going to be a good starting position for that 43 team. Matthew Bennett starts third, is third in points, minus 10. A great chase so far for Matthew Bennett. You know, this team with him has had a really bad season, a really off season, but this number 9 team has been the best out of the 4-car team at Hendrick, and he's showing only 10 points behind Josh Brimson, the Texas native, minus 15 points in the championship. Brandon Beal minus 16, but he starts dead last year today. Logan Williams in 6th, minus 28. Trey Barlow and Eli Boy minus 32. Noah Clifton minus 35, same with Nick Lopez minus 35, who starts in 5th here. And then, unfortunately, these two have had a rough first 3 races of the chase. The defending champion, Dale Campbell, was in 11th, minus 48. And then, Ace Garcia's really had an unfortunate chase. last week kind of did a glitch and flipped on pit road. Minus 49 in last out of the chase drivers here. And for the fourth straight race in a row, maybe fourth or fifth straight race, Crampton starts up front. And this 45 team is clicking on all cylinders and could be one of the drivers that gets into the 13th or 14th position at the end of the season. And alongside is the Chicagoland winner of Justin Seidel. Row 2 is Matthew Burnett and Trey Burrow. Row number 3 is Ned Lopez and Carlos Sustry. Row number 4 is Ronald Kennington and the appointment of Alexander Vitale. And running out the top 10 is the defending season 4 champion of Derek Hamill, and alongside him is Jordan Edwards in the number 31. And let's go ahead and get these draws going off, hopefully for the first attempt here at Texas Motor Speedway for the Rush Truck Center's 500. Like I said, one of the longer races of the chase, and we are in store for a hot and slit one at Texas Motor Speedway. Make sure everyone is going off, and they are. But Caleb, is the Lone Star State, is the hot one. Who do you think will win the Rush Truck Center's 500?
Well, like you mentioned, he's shown great pace as of late. And I guess that's showing here as well, because he's starting on the pole. I think it's about time Travis Crampton, the 45, finally gets him one here this season. He's been so fast there in that 45. Arguably probably should have made the chase, but it's just had so much bad luck. But even last race out at Gateway looked fast, but got taken out in an unfortunate incident, or at least taken out of contention. But I think maybe we could see some silver lining here today. I think today will be Travis Crampton's day. I think he'll probably get his first win of the season here today.
Well, unfortunately for him, it's been a what-if season, especially ever since Pocono. Was dominant at Pocono, didn't win. Dominant at Indy, didn't win. Was up at Chicagoland, didn't win. Was dominant at Gateway, didn't win. Can today be the day? We just have to wait and see. Travis Crampton and Justin Seidel, 2 non-chasers, will lead us to the green. And we are green flag racing for the Rush Truck Center's 500 at Texas Motor Speedway. Great stuff from Crampton, but Burnett and Ned Lopez right behind the number 45. Off of turn number 4 for the first time here today. And they're going to make it on lap number 1. And Crampton will lead the first lap here with 2 chases right behind him. And how about Ronald Kennington with a great one in his number 19. A dismal season, and he's inside the top 5.
Great jump on the start for a lot of these guys, including our top 3. We pretty much fired off on the rest of the field, and here comes Nick Lopez and the 54, trying to take a peek underneath the number 9 of Matthew Burnett. But saw, I guess, the kind of that inside lane, getting a great jump on the start. You're seeing Justin Seidel on the 38, who started outside pole, already kind of falling back, but he's going to get down to the inside lane, which seems where you want to be, at least right now, while all the tires are still fresh. But we'll see how that outside lane, we'll see if it rubbers in once these tires start to wear. But right now, the inside is where you want to be, as he completely just blew the doors off of Derek Hamill there in the 47. And we might get trained there on that outside. Now the 24 is going to sneak underneath him.
Yeah, I think what will probably happen is, I think we saw it last season as well, where on the early part of the one, you want to be on this inside lane, but once the tires get old, it's about a second to maybe 2 seconds of fall off here. And it might be a little bit more with it being a 92-degree day. The outside lane might eventually work out, and we might have to see how that ends up working out as the one goes on. It'll be 2 pit stops. And like I said, this is basically the same distance of the second Atlanta race for the season finale. 82 laps at Atlanta, 84 here today, but Atlanta's a little bit longer than Texas. Side by side. But now once that second place spot from Nick Lopez, 2 chases that are, one of them is in 3rd and one of them is in 10th in points. Lopez in 10th, but not in 3rd.
Nick Lopez definitely looking to kind of get his chase back on track after a little bit of a rough start. Had a decent run at Gateway, got himself up to 10th in points. And looking for another good run here at Texas. And Matthew Burnett maybe even potentially looking to take that points lead, as Joe Rutkowski had a really tough starting spot, and Alex Sanvitali started inside the top 10, but started on the outside. But you can see him back there. He's got himself down to the inside pretty quickly, trying to make ground back up. He's just outside the top 10 right now. So it will be pretty close for that points lead right now as they run. But we'll see what Sanvitali can do as this run goes on. Right now, trying to make up spots, is right now he's side by side with the 7 of Ace Garcia.
3-4 chases all under the blanket, and really this is a stat 6 color group because you got Eli Bright, Alex Sanvitali, Ace Garcia, Derek Hamill, and Josh Remsen all in here. And then you have last season's winner as we got a wreck in the back.
Wreck.
And there's gonna be Andrew Miller and the 16 all destroyed. William Block, Matthew Hooper unfortunately involved, and Owen Miles as well.
Oh boy. It's like a lot of damage to that 16.
Yeah, I think the 16 definitely got the worst end of that one right there. Total in that number 16 Celsius machine. And this is a tough way for that color team because they started out the year so strong and so consistent in the first 4 races. But unfortunately, Andrew Miller has fallen back to 28th in points, and he's going to drop down even more here today. Owen Miles with a bad one. He's had a rough season. Matthew Hooper, he's starting to get momentum. Was up to 16th in points before today, and that's going to take a hurt for him. William Potts had a bad season as well. I think maybe 34th with a little bit of damage, I'm not entirely sure. But early caution, and now pit road's going to open. It's about 28 to 30 laps on fuel, so it's still going to be a 2-stop, I believe, from here. But first round of pit stops have begun here, and it's going to be under caution, and the Rush Trucks is 500. Crampton will lead everybody on pit road. These guys still trying to sort out the positions, but looks like everyone is going to be a-okay back there. And now, for the first time today, let's see what these pit crews do, and hopefully we have a clean pit road cycle under caution, unlike last week at Gateway. If you know, you know. Travis Crampton's going to take 4 tires. I think 4 tires is going to be the name of the game. Oh, so that's right.
Oh, we got... boy.
Got some strategy. The spotter cars with some strategy as well. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
One. Back there with a little bit of a close call, and look, 3 right off pit road between the 43.78 and the 21 back there.
Oh, hold on to it, boys.
Don't see that too much, but I think they're gonna settle it back down, and they do. So that is perfectly fine. Rutkowski, I think, is gonna gain a little bit on pit road. We might have to investigate on what some of these guys did, but Sustra is gonna be the race leader now in the number 24. Maya 2 tires, maybe. Have to wait and see, but let's go ahead and see what about the first caution of the day here in the Rush Truck Sense 500 with a 4-5 car crash off of turn number 4. So here we go, 3 wide off of turn number 4, and it doesn't really work out that well. And this was a late 3 wide move, as actually no, Hooper got into the outside wall, and that's what sent him down into Andrew Miller. And then the 34 turned the 23 into the 16 again, and look at this huge hit for the number 16 of Andrew Miller off the ground. And then nowhere to go for the 51 of William Block and the number 1 of Owen Miles with a little bit of damage as well. But the 2 cars that have the most damage out of this one and who are out of this one are Andrew Miller and Matthew Hooper, and that's a tough break for both of those drivers in the back early on lap 7, coming to lap 8. And that 16 is missing a fender, and a whole lot more a destroyed race car for that number 16 for Andrew Miller.
You're going to see 3 wide doesn't always work here at Texas. Hubert's into the outside wall, and a chain reaction sends a 16, a titanic shot to the outside wall for Andrew Miller and Matthew Hubert as well. That's unfortunately going to be the end of both of their days. And also is going to set William Brock and Owen Miles behind the 8 ball. A decent amount of damage on both of those cars, so that's a tough break for them as well. But an early caution here at the Texas Motor Speedway. And plus one early pit stop. We'll have to see how things go down. And thought we also saw some split strategy on the pit road, which is going to put Kyler Sustrai out front. So that'll be interesting to watch out for.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, I believe I saw the two spotter cars and Sustrai at least took some two-tire strategy. And we'll see what it will happen here on the restart with 2 tires versus 4 tires. Let's get back to the restart after an early caution in the West Truck Center's 500. Welcome back to Texas after the first caution of the day with Andy Miller, Owen Miles, and a couple of other drivers. Unfortunately, Andy Miller is out. Matthew Hubert is out as well, so we are down to 34 cars. And you might be wondering, why is the 48 one lap down? Well, we had a gateway situation happen again, not quite as bad, but it was 34 and the 48 that made contact, and then unfortunately I believe the 48 ran into the back of the 99 of Clifton. So tough way for St. Messi, and it looks like he's trying to go out before we go back green. But it would be Kyle Sustrai on 2 tires, Crampton on 4, Williamson with 2, and then we got some others on some mixed strategy. Burnett in 4th, Lopez in 5th. I do know that the 7 is also on 2 tires. And then there's Juan Kennington, Justin Idell, not Nick Lopez, that's Eli Bly with a good pit stop in the 42, and then Trey Ball with another good pit stop for him. Both of those drivers need good ones here today, and they got it with some track position here. Rutkowski is up to 23rd after that pit wall cycle, so first caution of the day. Still going to be 2 more with that caution. And let's see what 2 versus 4 end up working out. Crampton trying to get past the start for the race lead.
I have to see how this restart goes with all the split strategy going on throughout the field. We got a lot of these guys in the top 10 who took 2, a lot of them who took 4. And already Travis Crampton looking to the inside of Sustrai for the race lead. Josh Williamson right in behind. He said he took 2 tires. Thought he was going to try to look through the middle there, but is going to go to the inside. Follow Travis Crampton through. So is Matthew Burnett and Nick Lopez. And I think we're kind of starting to see that 4 tires might have been the better option, because Garcia thought he might be struggling a little bit there, but, well, you're seeing kind of Josh Williamson. Burnett and Lopez look like they are faster, but he got a decent drive off. But behind Ace Garcia, they're all kind of right on him there. Eli Bright right to the back bumper, and they're going to go 3 wide behind him as big move there by Trey Barto. Sustrai almost into the wall, but is going to hang on to it. And yeah, I think 4 tires was probably the way to go. However, once we get to the point where maybe these tires start to equal out just a little bit, as long as these guys can hold on to their track position, it could work out for them.
Oh yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't think that was the call for the 24, but it might have been a call for the spotter cars, because 7 and 7 are both up front. And one thing I would like to mention is that the last couple laps since Crampton's been out front, I know what he's been doing. I don't know if he's going to do it this time by, no, not this time by, but the last 2 or 3 laps he was running basically the 3rd lane in 1 and 2, running the 2nd lane that time by, and he was actually doing a good job on it. So I think later on as this race goes on, gonna get more rubber, and this track could turn into a 2 or 3 group racetrack here at Texas Motor Speedway. And Nick Lopez in 2nd last year and able to win this race. And you know what? He was a rookie. So a rookie trying to win here at Texas for the 2nd straight year. But Josh Williamson, I should say, the Texas native, would love to get a race win. There's a lot of rumblings on what he's going to do and Sparta as a whole. But right now he's 4th in points, having a good one here today at Texas at his home racetrack. And have to see if we can get the job done. A couple of Joe Gibbs cars up front with the 54 and the 19. I'm impressed with this 19 of Juan Kennington having a good one here today. And having some good luck on his side. Trey Ball with a good one with that pit stop strategy. Williamson's going to peek to the inside of Nick Lopez for 2nd.
Ooh, nice to see Williamson having a good run so far here at his home track. And the tires might be starting to equalize out just a little bit as Williamson goes to the inside of Nick Lopez. And he's got Eli Bright and Justin Zadell right behind him. And look who's up here. Aaron Abel, last year's winner here at Texas, started 17th. He's up here in the top 10, potentially even looking to get himself up into the top 5. what a run so far for this 8 car here at Texas. Looking to defend that win.
And he
But
might.
still a long way left to go here in
Oh,
this one.
no.
And, they're going to go 3 wide for second. Big move by Eli Bright. Aaron Abel looking to maybe potentially follow him through as they go through the tri-oval. Hang on to it, boys. Hang on to it.
3 wide with 3 chases. That was Bright, Williamson, and Nick Lopez. Now Williamson is getting swallowed from all sides, from the 54 up top, the 38 on the bottom. 38 is going to make contact with the 77.
Contact.
That's not really want to be at Texas, especially on 2 old tires. Now Williamson might drop back a little bit, same with the 7. And unfortunately, those 2 tire strategy is not going to work out on the long run, I don't think. But we are only lap 21. And you mentioned that Aaron Abel trying to defend his title here at Texas Motor Speedway, trying to go 2 for 2 in his career. We saw this at Charlotte, where last year Jordan Stout won and got his first win. He got 2nd this year at Charlotte. Aaron Abel won here at Texas last year. Can he do one better than what Jordan Stout did earlier this year and go 2 for 2 at Texas? Do we see? But how about Eli Bright? He's had a slow start, had a good one at Gateway. He's 8th in points, 32 behind, trying to catch up to Crampton, and Crampton's doing that line again, but not going to work out.
Here we go.
Here comes Bright to the inside.
You've seen Eli Bright all season. He's had a very solid season so far, but it's kind of just been overshadowed by the success of Joe Rutkowski. But Eli Bright is showing that he can still hold his own, and he's just taking the lead here at Texas. Maybe even looking to become a dark horse contender for this championship. Aaron Abel also up into the 2nd position as Travis Crampton falls back on that outside lane. With the field still kind of grouped together, it's really easy to get trained, but luckily he is going to get down to the inside lane. And I guess something I noticed a little bit ago, Alex Sanvitali got kind of stuck up on the outside lane. He's lost a lot of ground in that number 12 machine, and he's still continuing to lose spots on that outside lane. And where is Joe Rutkowski? There he is. He's on the inside. He's past the 12, and he's trying to move up through the field.
Well, we have flip-flops. First it's Alex Sanvitali up front, and now Joe Rutkowski's made some moves. Rutkowski in the 43 is 16th. Meanwhile, the 12 is racing with his other 2 teammates back there in 21st. A bad restart for Alex Sanvitali, a great restart so far for Joe Rutkowski. 23rd to 16th, and even more, gonna try and get past local rims right there, and he does. And a little bit of sponsorship plug. There's the Wassup Tennis Car of Wine Drawing. He's had a quiet season, but I will say he is, as of now, the highest non-chaser in points. 13th in points, a good season still for his number 14, and currently he is in 13th, so a good one here today as well for that number 14 for Wine Drawing.
Definitely, like you mentioned, he's had a quiet but good season so far in that 14. Has been kind of consistently getting good results, and sometimes that's kind of just what you need to do. And Ryan Duran has definitely shown that he is very capable of doing that. And yeah, just a great season for that 14 as back up front. Eli Bright trying to pull away in that 42, as now they're trying to battle it out for second. Abel's actually going to hold on in the outside lane. I think we're seeing that outside kind of start to rubber in a little bit as Abel stays clear of the 54 of Lopez. Travis Crampton got back down at the inside. He's looking to make his way back through the field as now he goes back under Nick Lopez trying to take 3rd back away. But yeah, you're going to see it now. The outside lane, big move there by Lopez. Gets the power down and stays clear of the 45. And we're at that point now where the outside lane is where you want to be. As Ronald Kennington trying to get to the inside of the 38 of Justin Zidell. He's actually going to kind of make that inside lane work. We'll see if Zidell can maybe hold his own, though, in 1 and 2.
Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it. And Ronald Kennington is going to move up to the 5th position. And got a lot of fighting going on back here. Now that the tires have kind of equaled out as well, Williamson and Garcia are starting to hold their own just a little bit. As Josh Williamson peeking to the outside of the 21. And, oh boy, contact with teammate Ace Garcia. That was close. That would have not been a very pleasant sight, but luckily they both keep it straight. And now they're both racing with the 43 of Joe Rutkowski.
Well, first off, hi Joe Rutkowski. Almost out of the top 10 already after that restart. They must have not get the right setup in that 43 at the start or during qualifying, but he's now just outside the top 10, might be in the top 10 this time by, no, I think he's just outside in 12th. But second off, that was almost a disaster for the team of Spy Motorsports right there. Both the 7 and the 77, but luckily it was not. And I think along to something with the tire, the first one of about 8 laps before that caution, that's not enough time to see what these tires were going to do and what the track was going to do. But we restarted about lap 11, lap 12, and this is about 20 laps on the one of tires, is about 28 to 30. So I think the longer the one goes, and with the hot temperatures, these guys have to move around a little bit, and that's what Abel's doing, trying that second lane. But it's going to be interesting of what ends up happening with all the different tire strategies, with a couple of different tire strategies, knowing that there's still going to be 2 pit stops here, and I would assume probably around lap 38, lap 40, and then probably around lap 70-ish for the 2 stops if this stays green all the way.
It'll be pretty interesting if it does stay green all the way, because that'll set up a relatively late pit stop. So that'll definitely be interesting to watch out for. But yeah, Joe Rutkowski must have kind of struggled with the setup earlier on in the race, like you mentioned, but I guess they've really nailed it now, because he's now driven his way up into the top 10 in that 43 and looking to continue making up spots. Matthew Burnett in the number 9 slid back just a little bit, now outside the top 10 in that number 9. And Alex Sanvitali's not really been able to recover just yet. He's still a few cars back behind the number 78. So this would be a great opportunity for Joe Rutkowski to maybe even potentially take the points lead here today after winning the last race out at Gateway.
And Rutkowski is officially inside the top 10. It took a little bit longer than normal with him starting in 28th, but he's in the top 10 now. And you know, the 42's up front, and maybe they got a little bit of information from the 42 to the 43. And it's Legacy Motor Club this season. That's all it's been. It's not been the best of seasons for Eli Boyd, but it's starting to get some good ones as of late. And then, of course, Joe Rutkowski has been the man all season. 4 wins. That's double the amount of wins than anyone else. And the way it's looking like, who knows, he could steal it and get win number 5 here today, because he is moving in that 43.
He definitely is. He's up to 8th and now looking for 7th on the 38 of Justin Zidell. Rutkowski is absolutely moving in that 43. I guess Legacy Motor Club as a whole just has pace today, because Eli Bright still remains out in front of that number 42, doing a great job at holding off the rest of the field. Might have to see, though. Could we potentially see a clash between the Legacy Motor Club cars for this race win? I think they both definitely got the pace to do it. We'll just have to wait and see. Still got quite a long ways left to go in this race. And closing in on lap 40, which we should be around that time where we might start seeing the first green flag cycle of pit stops here soon.
If my theory is correct, it should be around lap 40. Should. These guys have done stranger things before. And you mentioned Legacy Motor Club, they've been the dominant 2-car team this season, but oddly enough, most of the time, it's either one or the other that is up front, contending for the race win. Most of the time, it's not both. But I believe that Gateway, both of them were up front inside the top 5, and they might be able to do that once again. But we've seen it here before. I don't want to jinx it for Joe Rutkowski, but we've seen it before at Dover where he was up front, and then they blew a motor. So, have to see if that plays out, as I believe I saw the 77. Yep, the 77 and the 20 up down onto pit road. And right on lap 38 is going to be the round of green flag pit stops.
So here we go. It is going to begin right now, it seems. And this ought to be an interesting green flag cycle to watch out for. The pit lane here at Texas is kind of treacherous to get into, as here comes the number 7 of Ace Garcia, as well as the 2, the 6, Sue Stry, and the 34. Because, you know, the pit lane here is pretty much coming from high banking straight onto the apron and getting the car slowed down really quickly. So, it's sometimes even prone to overshooting. We'll have to see if that happens here today. But it looks like Eli Bright's going to be coming down this time, and that is going to be the case. Nick Lopez is going to stay out an extra lap, maybe try and overcut some of these guys. And,
Oh,
no! The 5 runs into the back of the 14, and that's going to cause a caution.
Oh, no.
Well, I called it. It's a treacherous pit road to get onto. And unfortunately, it's going to cause an accident as Bieber Ruiz runs into the back of Ryan Durrani. Oh boy. Seen something similar to this happen in the IndyCar race, which you joined me for.
That's ironic. Well, we might have to do something similar to the, IndyCar race. Where we might have to wave people around and fix everything. Tough break for BB Rez and, I believe, Ryan Durrani and Nick Lopez stayed out. The 21 stayed out. Logan Williams, Eric Monaco, Fitzwater, and the 11 of Dylan Matthews all stayed out. Only 6 cars have not yet to pit, and I'm sure they will pit now, and that's going to change everything here at Texas Motor Speedway. And unfortunately, the Rush Truck Center's car is got no back bumper now in the Rush Truck Center's 500.
Boy.
I think Eli Boy's still going to be up front, but how much up front is the real question. Kennington's going to be in third out of these guys. But yeah, they trapped the lap down, so they are going to be trapped on the tail end. And we will have to wave a bunch of drivers here. So with that being said, with that being the outcome, let's go ahead and get to the replay of what happened to bring out the second caution of the day in the Rush Truck Center's 500. We are going to look at this one time, and this was the cause for it. BB was on the outside. We didn't realize he had to pit until it was too late. Tried to slow it down, and unfortunately ran into the back of the 14 at the Rush Truck Center's car and the Rush Truck Center's 500. And because the 5 spun on the 8, spun just onto the racetrack, that's gonna change everything. And unfortunately, that's gonna happen right during pit stops, and we're gonna have to wave some people around. And some, I mean, the majority of the field. But you know who did like that? That was the 6 drivers that stayed out. If I can get to them here. And it was Nick Lopez, Jordan Stout, Logan Williams, I believe Fitzwater was one of them, and the 3 of Eric Monaco. Yep, those were the 6 that stayed out and then pitted. So they're going to be the 6 out front, and then it would be Troy Ball, Enable, Elon Boy, and everyone else that would be right behind them. And with Nick Lopez being the race leader, let's go ahead and see what happens on the restart with one more pit stop remaining in the Rush Truck Center's 500. Well, we have fixed it, and we are going to go back with about 38 to 39 laps to go, and it will still be the case where they cannot make it from here during that pit stop, and it's going to be about lap 10 when they have to pit late for the second time under green flag conditions if we make it that far. Honestly, that's a simple caution, so no one is out if it was spinning on the racetrack. But the top 6 were drivers that stayed out right before the caution happened. Nick Lopez, Jordan Stout, Logan Williams now in third, Eric Margo, Zachary Fitzwater, and Dylan Matthews the top 6. And then Trey Barlow, Eric Aaron Abel, Eli Bright, and Ronald Kennington rounds out the top 10. Joe Rutkowski, Ream, Ace Garcia, and then the 38 of Justin Idell will round out the top 15. Nothing too dramatic happened, but the top 6 are going to be up front when they haven't been all day, besides the 54, so it's going to be interesting. About 39 laps to go here in the Rush Truck Center's 500.
Boy, good jump back there from Aaron Abel. Already trying to get to the inside of the 41 of Bartow. And 41, well, Bartow's probably going to lose a lot of ground on that outside because now everyone's back on fresh tires. Everyone's on the same strategy, so we're probably going to go back to the inside lane being the place you want to be. And for the race lead, how about the 21? Jordan Stout looking on the inside of Nick Lopez for the race lead. Logan Williams in behind trying to follow suit. like you said, really haven't seen these guys up front all day, but they're showing they've got pace. As now Stout and Williams are going to power past the 51 of Lopez. You also got the 3 up here of Eric Monaco, maybe trying to do the same, but Lopez trying to hold strong on that outside since there's at least a little bit of rubber up there now. Not really working out for him, though, with all these fresh tires in play, and he's going to fall into the clutches of Eric Monaco once again.
For some of these drivers, like Logan Williams, Jordan Stout, Eric Monaco, even Zachary Fitzwater, that was what they kind of wanted, ironically enough, to get the track position, but now we are seeing some of these faster drivers all day, like Eli Bright, like Aaron Monaco, like Travis Crampton, and Ron Kennington, who's having a season best one so far. He's gonna get moved by Ace Garcia!
Oh, Burnett and Seidel!
Man, oh man, this track is something special, and this is why we added it to the chase this year. Last year is in the regular season, this year is in the chase, and what a race this has been so far. And we still have 35 laps to go. Garcia making moves, Fitzy having a good one, but now Ball's gonna make it 3 wide around Fitzy, 3 wide, especially off of turn 4, but they're gonna settle it back down.
Oh man, yeah, the tensions are definitely high for this one. That got close between Burnett and Seidel. Didn't really expect to see this level of aggression, though. Might even have some tempers flaring on pit road after this thing is said and done. But Jordan Stout doing a great job. He's trying to pull away from the cars behind him as he comes out front, but you got side by side for second. Eric Monaco to the inside of Logan Williams, and like you mentioned, starting to see these faster cars make their way towards the front. Eli Bright right in behind the 54 of Nick Lopez as Lopez looks to take second back away from Monaco. Eli Bright, Aaron Abel, all on top of each other, looking to get down to the inside and get up there past the number 3. You've also got Travis Crampton and Ace Garcia making their way up here as well. You also got the number 9 of Matthew Burnett, and guess who? The 43, Joe Rutkowski, making his way back here into the top 10 and looking to make his way back through the field once again.
You know, I would say just give him the championship now, but I will say that we could be in a scenario of Drew Webb last year in the JBL Cup Series. He was dominant all season, but he only won the championship by 2 points. And with how the season ends, we have the wild card of Daytona, we have the craziest roller coaster of them all of Watkins Glen with the boot. And oh yeah, the second to last race of the season is short racing at Martinsville. So, Rutkowski can have a big lead all he wants, so now he's only 3 points behind Alex Salvatore. But he can have a big lead, but if he has a bad stretch of races towards the end, then that could open up a whole can of worms when we get to Atlanta. So, it's not over. Rutkowski's definitely the most deserving, but it's far from over here in Season 5 of the JBL Cup Series and for the second year of the chase format. And we saw last year, we didn't know who was going to be the champion until the very last lap. So it's going to come down to Atlanta, and it might come down to the final lap here at Texas, as we might have to call Aaron Abel the Texas King all the way up into second for the number 8 machine, trying to go back at Texas. And how about this? The 21 won at Charlotte, got second earlier in the year. Aaron Abel won at Texas last year and trying to get 2 for 2. These two have been really good at their own tracks that are very similarly shaped to each other, and they are 1-2 here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Aaron Abel pulled right up to the back bumper of the 21 of Stout, now looking for a way around Eli Bright. Also looking to get to the inside of Nick Lopez in the 54. Ace Garcia as well also up here. Must have made some adjustments on that 7 car on the last stop, because he's looking really fast here right now. Travis Crampton and Matthew Burnett's up here. You know, it's not over until it's over. Matthew Burnett's also up there in the championship battle, just 7 points behind Joe Rutkowski. And he's also up here, potentially looking to maybe even get to the top 5 as he looks to the inside of Travis Crampton. And you also got Alex Salvatore trying to make his way back through the field. Still got a little bit of time left in that 12. Have to see what he can do as the 9, Burnett.
Oh no!
The track, and there they go!
The 54 and the... Oh no, Walt Killington!
Oh boy!
It's the big one at Texas. Watch out, Zachary Fitzwater.
Oh! There goes Pinsky. Oh, big hits all around.
Watch out!
Oh,
Watch
they're
out!
gonna pile in. Oh, William
Oh!
Brock! No!
Oh my goodness, you cannot make this stuff up. For the
Well, oh boy. If we didn't already have tempers flaring, now we do.
once again, it's going to be the 5th straight race where Crampton has a top 5 car, and to make things matter worse, he gets ran into by one of the 77. For the 5th straight race, Crampton has a fast car that could possibly win, and we might have tempers after this one. We might have tempers, but on the bright side, we can make it on field from here. Ah, man. Everything's bigger in Texas, and apparently so are the wrecks here today. As we saw one crazy wreck with the 16, and then we just saw a crazy wreck right there with a handful of cars. As Joe Stout will win the race off pit road easily with Enable, Joe Rutkowski, Luke Williams, Eli Blight, Ace Garcia, Matthew Burnett as well. And that's just a heartbreaker for so many people like Nick Lopez, Travis Crampton, Ronald Cunnington, who I was just mentioning was having his best run all season long. Well, not anymore, he's done. So, man, oh man, it's been one of those seasons that it's been a banger race every race, and it's been one of those chases where every time you think it's gonna be normal, it's not. And we saw that at Gateway, and even this one, I thought it was gonna be good racing, but I thought it was gonna be a normal race, and clearly not. But that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But you know what? There's 3 things that are certain in this world: Death, Texas, and Joe Rutkowski being up one in the JBL Cup Series, up to 3rd now. Oh man. Well, Joe and Sal will lead us back to the green. But let's see what happens if we have the 3rd caution of the day and the big one down the front stretch at Texas Motor Speedway. Well, here we go. This is what about the 3rd caution of the day, and unfortunately push comes to shove, and the 45 gets moved up the racetrack by the number 9 of Matthew Burnett. And we've seen it here before today, where 3 wide is sometimes iffy. It was here at Texas, but not off turn number 4. And I don't think the 45 and the 54 are going to be happy with the number 9. Just side swipes the number 45, and runs him right into the 54 of Nick Lopez, and he's going to be the driver that's going to be mad the most, probably, at Matthew Burnett. Neither a good one and didn't because of this one, and a hard hit into the outside wall, a close call for Trey Barlow, and a bad one right there for Ronald Cunnington. He had a good one going until that point. Close call for Josh Williamson, close call for Justin Liddell, close call for the point leader, and unfortunately Ronald Garcia slams into 54 with a 2nd big hit. And then in comes the number 15 of Zachary Fitzwater for big hit number 3, the blocking the track up ahead with the 22 and the 4. And then in comes Ryan Dwyer for the 4th big hit, and probably the biggest one for that 54. And unfortunately the track got blocked, and all these drivers, not, a lot of them with minimum damage, but for the number 2 of Ronald Garcia is not over, because here comes the 48 and the number 1 of Owen Miles. They couldn't see probably with the track getting blocked and because of the wreck, and the 48 tapped the number 2 a little bit, and then in comes the 51 of William Block with a full head of steam, and he's going to run right into the back, into the number 2, and takes off his back bumper. So, very unfortunate accident right there, the big one at Texas. And you know what they say, everything's bigger at Texas, and so have the wets here today. Big time crash here, once again, at Texas Motor Speedway.
Well, I mentioned earlier that the tensions would probably be high, and the tempers might even be flaring after this one. Turns out that was probably right. You're gonna see here, Matthew Burnett just kind of runs the 45 and 54 up into the outside wall, and then just gonna have a few cars run to him on the front straightaway, and then there's just track completely blocked, nowhere to go. A lot of hard hits in this one, and then like you said, cars behind rushing on, and they probably don't know what's going on, blinded by all the smoke, and unfortunately piling into this one. And although most of the cars involved in this probably only have very light to little to no damage, definitely some cars with a lot of damage in this one, including Zachary Fitzwater. You got Zachary Fitzwater, the number 2, and also Nick Lopez and Travis Crampton. They're not going to be happy at all with that. Really tough break, especially for both of those guys, and for especially Nick Lopez, considering that he is in the chase. But my, oh my, what a crazy race this has been at Texas so far, but it's not quite over yet. Have another restart coming up, and we should be able to make it to the end from here. So we'll have to see how this race develops.
That is a blessing in disguise here with that big one. These guys should be able to make it on field from here easily. Gonna be towards the end of the field one, about 25 laps, but it's about 28 to 30 on field, so we should be good. And we're gonna have to see if Jordan Stout can get his first win on the season, or if Aaron Abel can get his second Texas win, or if Joe Rutkowski can get win number 5 on the season and go back to back, or maybe someone else will steal it. Let's get to the restart of hopefully the final time in this one. Let's see if he will win the Rush Truck Series 500. Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway, and well, just like last year, once we got to the chase, things have gone wild, and it's gone wild. Indy was wild, few mileage. Chicagoland was wild because, well, Chicagoland. Gateway had that whole thing happen, and then this one, the big one. Down the front stretch for 3 wide with Matthew Burnett, Travis Crampton, and Nick Lopez. It might not be too many drivers happy with Matthew Burnett, but on the bright side for him, he's in 7th, and the bright side for the field, we can make it on field from here. So it's going to be a long green flag run, about 26, 28 laps, but they should be able to make it on field from here. It will be Jordan Stout as the leader, and Abel in 2nd, Joe Rutkowski in 3rd. 4th is Logan Williams, 5th is Eli Bright, 7th, 6th is the 7 of Ace Garcia, 7th is Matthew Burnett, 8th is Josh Williamson, 9th is Trey Butler, and 10th is the number 3 of Eric Monaco. A lot of chasers up front, and, well, Caleb, it's been a wild one, and we still have 24 laps to go in this one.
Definitely so, and we're not done with this just yet. Like you said, we're going to have 24 laps to go, and oh boy, this is going to be an exciting one. Green flag back in the air. And easy restart there for Jordan Stout, but Abel also got through the gears well. Saw a kind of a big stack up there towards the back of the field. Burnett to the inside of Ace Garcia. And also looking to take the spot away from Eli Bright. Great restart there from Burnett. As well as the 77 Josh Williamson. Looking to make his way back up towards the front. To the inside of Burnett as well. Oh boy, wouldn't that be something if Josh Williamson could get the win here at his home racetrack. He's got the time to get up there, and how about Joe Rutkowski now looking to the inside of Aaron Abel. Rutkowski looking to get back up to the points lead after Sam Vitale blew a tire under that last caution. Ooh, Logan Williams just barely slipped to the inside of Aaron Abel as well there. But Jordan Stout right now, he's liking all these guys fighting behind him because that lets him pull away with the race lead.
Yeah, you mentioned the 12th of that, Sam Vitale blew a tire. So he has to start back in the 26th position, I believe. Maybe even a little bit farther than that, 27th, 28th. So have to see what the 12th can do. And Joe Rutkowski is this is impressive on another level. So 28th today, got into the top 10 right before halfway, and now he's up to 2nd. And I'm just gonna take a look here. He has the 6th fastest lap overall here today. So that 43 is quick. And if he wins here today, this will be win number 6 on the season. Win number 5. I'm ahead of myself. Win number 5 on the season. Here today, that's a little bit 3 wide. But the 3, 42, and the 8.
We've seen 3 wide work so far here today. We've seen 3 wide not work. We'll see, but Eric Monaco is going to kind of check up a little bit and let that settle out. So good stuff there from the 3 of Eric Monaco. Now side by side with teammate Aaron Abel. He's been kind of slipping back, so unfortunate break there for Abel. Looks like he might not be able to defend that title here at Texas. But back up front, Jordan Stout still trying to hold off Joe Rutkowski. Josh Williamson up to 4th. Right on the back bumper, Logan Williams looking to maybe even try to take 3rd away. Got a good run there off of 4. See what he's able to do down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Is he maybe going to try to take a peek to the inside? Not quite, being a little bit patient there with Logan Williams, but want to try to hurry up and make that move as he also got Matthew Burnett. And
Oh
no,
my
Jordan Stout has an
goodness.
issue! No, Jordan Stout!
He has a tire that went down from the lead.
No.
No, and now, while I was going to say that all the chases are up front in second, now we have chase drivers a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6. 6 in a row, 6 of the best all season long are going to battle for this Texas win.
Ah, that is a heartbreaker for Jordan Stout. He's doing a great job at holding a steady gap to the 43 of Joe Rutkowski. Ah, that's such a tough break there for the 21. Yeah, that's going to give Joe Rutkowski the lead, and here comes Josh Williamson. Finally gets down to the inside of Logan Williams. He's going to try and take second away here, and could we see does Williamson maybe potentially have anything for that 43 of Joe Rutkowski? Doing a good job.
Oh, he
1 and
might.
2, ripping the bottom. He's got a run on him down the backstretch.
Well, I believe you were in the call at New Hampshire, and Ace Garcia won that one. We're in the booth here today, and Josh Williamson might be able to get his first win on the season. He's come close several times this season, but can he get the job done at his home track of Texas Motor Speedway? We have to wait and see. But that's a heartbreaker for ones that we can add that one to the list of why people lost the lead. We've had a blown engine. We've had a tire now. We've had a blown engine on pit road. You don't want to be in the lead unless your name is Joe Rutkowski this season, because that's happened 3 or 4 times for the leader to have some kind of tire go down or mechanical issue. But with 15 laps to go, these guys should be good, plenty good on fuel. It's literally chase draws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you got Trey Bell in 10th. So this is why I wanted with this whole lane system, and it's finally looking into fruition here at Texas Motor Speedway. We have literally the best of the best. 6 chase drivers in a row up front, and we got Joe Rutkowski trying to get win number 5, Williamson trying to get win number 1, Logan Williams trying to get win number 2, Burnett trying to get win number 1, Bright trying to get win number 2, and same goes for Ace Garcia, who's trying to get win number 3. That is the top 6 right now here at Texas, but you can't count out Seidel. He won a couple of weeks back at Chicagoland. That's a mile and a half. That was kind of a crazy race. And he's now inside the top 10 in that 30 for Front Run Motorsports.
And a sight. Josh Williamson peeking to the inside of Rutkowski. Here we go for the lead. Williamson to the inside of Joe Rutkowski and through turns 1 and 2. He's going to hook that bottom really well. And Williamson clear for the race lead here in the Rush Truck Center's 500. Coming to, I believe, 12 laps to go this time by. Is he going to be able to hang on? We'll have to see if Rutkowski maybe has anything to answer.
Oh,
he had a good run through 3 and 4 there.
We might have
it's on.
Oh yeah, it is on. We might have a Texas duel here between Josh Williamson and Joe Rutkowski. Rutkowski with a turn 1. He's going to lose some ground.
Wasn't the best turns 1 and 2 there for Rutkowski.
It was not. And have to wait and see. These two, like I will say, it's really the top 3 have been battling with each other a lot of the season. The top 5 have been 5 of the best riders this season. The top 5 out of the top 6 have been. Burnett's been the sleeper all season long, just been quiet and consistent. But other than that, we have possibly some of the best drivers this season. Of Williamson, Joe Rutkowski, Logan Williams, Eli Bright, and Ace Garcia, the common denominator. The 2 spotter cars and the 2 legacy cars. Those 2 cars have been lights out, bad fast all season, and so has Logan Williams. And you know, that strategy of that caution happening during pit stops, that ended up working perfectly. And Logan Williams, he has a shot here with less than 10 laps to go, with exactly 10 laps to go to possibly get win number 2. But it is on, and you know, I'm glad I'm not a betting man, because any of these top 6 chasers could get the win here today. And Williamson is trying to hang on of the point of the dominant driver of the season, Joe Rutkowski has. We saw this number 5 was slow on the restart, and he might play a factor here in this one.
This could even potentially be where the race is won right here. The 4D chess match truly begins right here. If you're Williamson, where do you go? If Rutkowski, how do you react? 77's going to move up the racetrack a little bit through turn 4. We'll see where they catch the 5. They probably will at the entrance of turn 1, or through turn 1. And we'll see what these guys do. The 5 runs a little bit of a higher lane, but is going to kind of come down and block the 77, but Williamson's going to get a good launch off of 2, and Joe Rutkowski did not have a good turns 1 and 2 there. He's now under fire from Logan Williams, and Williams is going to use the 5 as a pick. Oh no, that's going to shuffle Rutkowski all the way back.
And his teammate's not going to let him in either. From 2nd to 6th now for Joe Rutkowski.
Oh boy.
And he still can't get around him.
I think he'll be able to. Oh, he's not happy.
He's not happy with that 5.
He's not happy at all.
Showing a little bit of displeasure, saying, hey, what you doing, Lord Slow Car? Just lost me 4 or 5 spots. Blight, though, because he gets 2nd win on the season, have to wait and see. But how about Logan Williams? This would be a huge win for him. 16 points, had a slow start to the first few races of the chase. But he got a good one at Gateway alongside that number 43 of Joe Rutkowski, and he's trying to close in. But Josh Williamson 4th in the point standings, Matthew Burnett 3rd in the point standings, and you got Joe Rutkowski 2nd in the point standings, all inside the top 5. Meanwhile, Blight 8th in points, having a good one today. JBL 7th in points, he's inside the top 10, and Blight might take 3rd away. And then of course Logan Williams 6th in points, so a lot of drives up front having good ones, but I'm going to quickly look and see where is the number 12 of Alexander Vitale. He's not moved up a lot.
No.
He has not moved up. He started in 27th, 28th. He's only up to 19th.
Not a good run for the 19, or for the 12, excuse me. It could have been worse, but that's still going to be a lot of points. Going for that number 12. And that was probably exactly what Williamson wanted to see. Was Williams getting underneath Rutkowski, because Rutkowski was probably his biggest challenger, as he's already making his way back through the field. We'll have to see if Williams has anything for him, though. They're kind of maintaining a steady gap. Rutkowski trying to work his way back through the field. He's past Garcia, he's past Burnett, back up into the 4th position, but Garcia's not going to make this that easy for him. He's trying to maybe defend against the 43, maybe trying to help his teammate just a little bit. But Williamson doing a great job out front, trying to get his first win of the season here in his home state, and looking to potentially even project himself up into that championship fight. Aggressive move there from Rutkowski, back underneath the 7 of Garcia. You can definitely see it. Rutkowski's definitely not the happiest camper right now, and he's being very aggressive, trying to make up all those lost spots back, but at this point it might be just too little too late.
Well, we've seen fantastic racing here today, that's for sure. Texas definitely put on a really good shot at possibly being back in the chase for next season. But you know who might really want it to be back? It might be this number 77 of Josh Williamson. We don't know what he's going to do next year, but we know one thing, he's 1 lap away from getting his first win of the season here at Texas Motor Speedway. He was fast all day, had a top 5 car, kept on working on it, did that 2-tire strategy early on, got in position, and he never looked back. Down the back stretch for the final time, so many close races where he could have won this season for Josh Williamson, and once again, Caleb, what team's gonna win when you're in the booth? Off turn number 4, a big time win for Josh Williamson. He will win the Rush Truck Series 500 and a wild one on a hot and split racetrack at Texas Motor Speedway.
How about that for Josh Williamson, winning in front of his home crowd? I'm so happy for you, man. That was maybe a bit too long, but too long in the wait. I know there's been a lot of close ones so far this season. This first win of the season is definitely long overdue for him, but I'm really happy that he finally got himself one, and no better place really than in front of your home crowd. So awesome stuff there from Williamson. Really, really proud of my man, like I said. But what an absolutely crazy race that was.
Well, it all makes sense. Josh Williamson made this I for, I believe, me and Alex a couple of years ago, and of course he wins it. But I know all in all, a fantastic one here at Texas Motor Speedway. I knew we were going to get a good one here today with the hot and slick temperatures, and just this track in general. There was a reason why I wanted to end the chase, and that was why. This season has been filled with bangers, and we had another one. It was a wild one, but it was some great on-track stuff here today. And for Josh Williamson, that is now going to be his 5th top 10. His 6th top 10 and his 5th top 5. So he's been one of those drivers where it's been top 5 or bust. And it worked out for him here today with his first win on a season. Logan Williams in 2nd, Eli Bright in 3rd, Joe Rutkowski in 4th, Matthew Bennett in 5th, and Ace Garcia in 6th. Top 6 of all chases, and who knows, maybe when we get to Atlanta, those might be the 6 that we end up talking about for the race for the championship. How about a great one for Eric Monaco? Cause sneaked up into 7th, and then his teammate in 10th as well. It's like Dell in 8th, and Troy Bell, the 7th chaser, in 9th here today. John Andrews in 11th. Good one for both of the front row cars. Jordan Edwards in 12th. Taylor, Walker, Crampton still bounces back to a 15th place finish, but what could have been a top 5 one at the bare minimum for that 45 team again. I feel so bad for that team. At San Vitale did bump up a spot in 18th, but not a great one for our point leader. Brian Beal, 19th, but I will give him credit. He had to start in 36th, so almost a top half of the field one for starting 36th. Not bad one for Beal, but it was 5th in points. Going to lose a little bit with all the chases up front. Clifton also another one of these guys that made the chase. 18th, 19th, and 20th. Who didn't really have good ones today. Dale Matthews, Owen Miles, Weem, Messi rounds out the cars on the lead lap. And Sustry, Hernandez, Ruiz, and a heartbreaker for Jordan Stout right there, who had a tire go down. And then look at all the retirees from the big one here today. Warren Kennington, Zachary Fitzwater, Ryan Dewani, William Blatt, Nick Lopez, Juan Garcia, Andy Miller, and Matthew Hubert all out in this one. Not all of them from the big one, but from 29th through 34th were all out from the big one late. Oh man, that was a wild one at Texas. And we'll see if we get a hot and split racetrack out in Las Vegas next time out for the 3rd race in a row. But what's the final thoughts of a absolute wild Rush Truck since 500?
And this chase has absolutely not disappointed so far. You've given us a little bit of everything to look out for, everything to kind of develop off of. And boy, this race was absolutely no different. Had a lot of action all throughout the race, from the green flag to the checkered flag. And this ought to definitely shake up the point standings quite a bit going into the next race. And just, boy, oh boy, what a absolute awesome race here from Texas. And what a drive and what a win for the 77 of Josh Williamson. That's going to be really big for him. And solid run for Garcia, too, coming home in 6th place. That's really going to help him in the point standings after the kind of struggle he's had to start out this chase. So really good run for both of the Spire Motorsports lads. But just, again, what an awesome race.
Well, I think the field is starting to narrow down on who we will have to worry about for this championship fight going into the last 6 races of season number 5. Joe Rutkowski is the point leader, no surprise, but only has a 9-point advantage over Matthew Bennett in 2nd, and Josh Williamson in 3rd, both 9 points behind. Alex Vitale, not too bad of a loss. Had a 3-point advantage over Rutkowski. He's going to be only 12 points behind, so not too bad. Logan Williams in 5th, minus 24. Eli Bright in 6th, minus 28. Beal, minus 29. Bottom, minus 35. Ace Garcia, plus 3. But he's going to be minus 49. Noah Clifton, minus 49. And Dale Campbell, he's had a rough chase compared to everyone else. He got 16th here today. That's good, but compared to the top 6 chase drivers here, that's not good enough. He's minus 58 now. And Nick Lopez, terrible chase continues for one of the wildcard drivers, and one of the stories we paid attention for the second half of the regular season. Got caught up in that crash, and unfortunately, I believe got a 33rd place finish, and now Nick Lopez is minus 61 in that 12th position. So the field's narrowing down a little bit, and I think the top 8 are going to be maybe top 9 if ACC can have more ones like that. But definitely the top 4 are only separated by 12 points. It's going to be wild here for the rest of the chase. We got Las Vegas, and then I believe after that, I don't remember. Give me 1 second. I know the final 4 races are Daytona, Watkins Glen, Martinsville, and Atlanta. Oh, okay, yeah. Here we are. I forgot one. It's Las Vegas, Michigan, Daytona, Watkins Glen, Martinsville, and Atlanta. I forgot Michigan was there. So, got a lot of speedways, but then we got a road course and a short track, and then Atlanta to end the season. So it's gonna be wild, and we got 6 races to go for the season 5 chase. Thanks for Caleb for joining me here for a wild one at Texas, and congratulations to you, Caleb, at Spotted, and to Josh Williamson for winning the Rush Truck Since 500. And we will see you guys next week at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Bye.